Hello, I'm here today with ӧ-Sel Nyima, who is a teacher of the Feldenkrais method of movement education. And ӧ-Sel is very kindly going to be participating in my competition ready live workshop, which is taking place on Sunday, the 10th of February at near Milton, Keynes, at the Olney Pilates studio. And I wanted to have a quick chat to ӧ-Sel today to ask her a little bit more about the Feldenkrais method, because I'm sure if you're anything like me that it's something that's new to you and perhaps you've never heard of it before. So ӧ-Sel, hello, welcome. What exactly is the Feldenkrais method?
Well, the Feldenkrais method is quite well known throughout the world, but sadly apart from Britain. But it's not a therapy or an exercise system, but it's a unique approach that engages the brain to reduce pain, improve function, refine ability, and improve your whole neuromuscular organization. So it helps all people, whether you've got really severe injuries or you are a creative, artistic person, either a dancer, musician, or ice skater. It will actually help you change the patterns that you have that may actually be restricting the way you move or the way you do something, or even learn something new. You know, for example, if you've got some kind of fear attached to a very, very difficult move, because the Feldenkrais method is very, very gentle and it works very slowly and you perform very small movements, it almost teases your brain into doing the movement without you actually realizing that, you know, you've done it, because suddenly you've just done this movement and it's fine, you know. So it kind of helps you with certainly fear, but it also helps you go through any sort of restrictive or dysfunctional aspect that you might have regarding your movement patterns.
Okay, so in layman's terms, I guess where the skaters are concerned, this is something that's really going to help them to break past those anxieties around a particular jump or a particular move, or being afraid to fall. Because they will move in a simpler and better way for their body. Is that?
Yes, I mean, I won't be able to teach people to jump on the fridge like a cat does, but you can certainly learn to minimize the fear and also the kind of impact that your whole body is going to make in terms of perhaps doing something like a jump that is perhaps very, very difficult or very challenging. So it's really interesting, because even the slightest, we all have patterns. We've all got patterns of movement that we've actually acquired throughout our whole lives. Sometimes we don't even know we've got those patterns. And so the Feldenkrais method will actually just alert your brain to whatever pattern you have, and then it will kind of let that pattern go and then create a new one. So before you know it, and that might sound a little bit complicated, and actually it's really, really easy, because, you know, we open the sense fields, we use imagination, visualization, all these very, very sort of unique aspects to ourselves, and we can use them to work for ourselves.
Okay. When I use visualization, I use visualization quite a lot with athletes that I work with. And that's to reprogram the neural pathways and get them to develop good habits and dump the bad habits that they've got. And also it helps them to develop more positivity. So how is the visualization used in Feldenkrais?
Well, sometimes it can start right at the beginning when we just do a body scan. I would imagine most people don't think of themselves as skeletons, but we have this amazing structure, you know, we have this amazing design, and it's all connected. So sometimes, you know, I'm just in the body scan, I might use a kind of a visualization practice practice, so that people can actually learn to trust the mobility and flexibility of their skeleton. Sometimes in a lesson we might do one side of the body, and then perhaps for when we do the second side we might use a visualization or perhaps imagination or something to imagine all the movements. And this was actually how Feldenkrais recovered from a really bad knee injury, because he spent 3 months imagining how his leg would move in order to, lead a very functional and pain-free life. And that was how he did. He spent 3 months imagining it. And
that's really interesting. That's really interesting, because I teach some of the athletes I work one-to-one with, when they have an injury, to find out from the physios and the doctors and everything exactly biologically what's going on, so that they can visualize the healing process to help them alongside obviously what the medical profession is telling them to do, but to help them to recover with that. And I'm certainly using that a lot with my own knee at the moment.
Yeah, we actually use the visualization in the process of moving. So, for example, there are lessons that I teach that take you back to being a baby. Now, you've never heard of a baby complaining of tight hamstrings or a bad back, but when they learn to move, when they start to learn to walk, they just do these very small, gentle movements, and they might fall down, and then they get up again, and then so on. And they're kind of repetitive, but they're very small movements. And that is sometimes in a lesson, I might get people to visualize that way of using the body to learn how to make a movement, and it's very effective. It helps in where other methods might not help.
Okay. So how will you be working with our athletes, our skaters, at the Milton Keynes Competition Ready Live workshop?
Well, there'll be it's only half an hour, I think, that I have. So I'm just going to do a very short body scan, just so that people can become aware of their skeleton and how it is on that particular day. And then we're going to do a lesson, which is a whole body lesson, about really appreciating the flexibility and mobility of the spine in relation to how the shoulders and the arms and the pelvis and the legs work. So it's actually a really good lesson for all athletes, really, because they will change very quickly. It's an easy lesson, and they will actually start to sort of move slightly more, I don't know, graceful confidence.
Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So it's exactly what we're aiming at. I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait. I hope that the skaters now have a bit of an idea of what to expect. Many of them will have come across me, perhaps seen some of my bits and pieces before, and a lot of them, though, will be working with me for the first time. So skaters, you have a fantastic opportunity here to be working with the mind and the body to get this, I love that phrase, graceful confidence, and just go and absolutely nail your program at the next competition that you'll be performing at. Thank you, Ö-Sel. That was really helpful, and it was lovely to see you again today. And let's hope we have lots and lots of skaters who are coming to the workshop.
Thank you very much.
Bye.